Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Jai Baba.
This is still continuing on the 28th of December directly from the previous tape. This is the 25th tape in this series.
24th?
And the 24th, right. The 24th tape in this series. Meherwan Jessawala recollecting the life of Meher Baba. And this last time, the shedding, the dropping of Meher Baba's physical coat. And we just talked about the final interment of Baba and Kakavarya, his presence there, and then his physical death also a few weeks later.
So, as I was saying that the darshan continued for 7 days, and one incident I forgot to mention was that when we went there, we had just come there unprepared. So, and besides that Meherabad, there was nothing there to cater to so many people. So they were all there just hanging around, and there was not much food to go around or anything. So for the first 1 or 2 days we were just without any food or nourishment. On the 3rd day, I think Meherji and Chhagan Master was there, and they decided that they should do something. So Chhagan Master went to the market and got some food together, like vegetables and dal and rice, and there was a big pot there, so he built a fire underneath it and just prepared this khichdi, they call it, which is a mixture of rice, dal and vegetables and other potatoes and all, and some spices, and he prepared a nice dish out of that, and then began to serve the people. And they were all very hungry all these days, and many hundreds could have a nice meal after a couple of days, I think. And the food lasted on and on and on, and everybody was amazed about that so many could eat from that meal that was prepared. So that was one of the things that happened.
Chhagan was the one who had been cooking so often in past years.
Even in the time of Premashram and the school days, Chhagan Master was the one who would prepare food for the boys. In fact, you must have heard the story about how Chhagan Master was a little negligent one day, and the rice he had prepared was not good. It was not properly cooked, and it was a bit raw, and somebody complained to Baba. So Baba had Chhagan brought before him, and then he said, "Is this how you cook for my boys? You want to kill them?" And then he asked Rustam, Adi's brother, Adi senior brother, to come and cane him there in front of all the boys. So then Chhagan just quietly went away from Baba, and after some time Baba starts calling for Chhagan, and they can't find him anywhere. And then Meherji says that he was sitting near Baba, and Baba says, "Go, why are you sitting here? Go and see where Chhagan is. Try to find him out." And he rushes here and there, and he finds Chhagan in a secluded spot somewhere in Lower Meherabad or something, and he had a razor in his hand, a big barber's razor, and he was just about to slit his throat. and they go and pounce on him, and they drag him before Baba, and then Baba asks him, "What were you up to?" And he says, "No, Baba, I decided to end my life. If I have caused you so much displeasure, it's better that I die." And Baba soundly berated him. He said, "Is this how you have offered your life to me? When you have offered your life to me, what right you had to try to take it, that means try to kill yourself this way?" And he was given a very sound sort of lecture there. Then Baba called him and embraced him, and he was all right. So that was in the way early 20s. So Chagan used to cook food for Baba's people here. And that day he made a good job of it. And we all relished that khichdi. And the people just would hang around there, and Sarosh would get very nervous because there wasn't much facility. So on the fourth day he started to announce that all people who are outstationed should please leave. It's straining the resources of Meherabad. We can't manage to have you all around here. So think about other people who will be deprived of being here, so you all should leave. So they were reluctant to leave, because they want to stay till the end of the time when Baba's body would be covered. So, but some left after hearing that. And of course, new people kept adding on. So, these were many little incidents that occurred at that time.
So where would people sleep? Just anywhere?
Just anywhere, yes. Mainly on the platform or lower Meherabad, or go to Nagar, whatever they could find hold of, because there was no shelter there at Meherabad. Yeah.
Luckily, it
was all very primitive.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah. But the cold weather was there, yeah. So nights were very cold. The cold wind would start early in the morning. That would send shivers through us all. Yeah. We couldn't stop shivering. Yes, so yes, another person was Anis Hassan, I remember. He also was there. So after Baba's body was covered and all, then he began to start taking photographs of the place and Baba's old photos and documents. And later he came on a project of microfilming Baba's old correspondence and documents. So he did a very big job of microfilming all the records. And we still have those microfilms in our archives.
Yeah. There's a set in the Copyright Office also.
Oh, there is. Yeah. So, Anis Hassan was there. So this was basically all that I could remember. And
do you have any, your whole life had been completely centered on Baba, and now he was gone. I mean, what did life look like? I mean, until this time, there was always, well, Baba will call, I'll see Baba this time or that time, and now that was gone. Yeah. So what was there to sort of be the prospect? First there was the darshan upcoming.
Yeah, that's right. Once Baba had written to us that if I were to drop my body, then you, Mama, Manu should come and stay in the ashram. I had received a letter from Baba.
When was this? Way back?
In the mid-60s or something. And then of course he had added in that letter that of course nothing of that kind would happen. You all would be dead and gone. before I drop my body. But this is, in case of such a thing happening, remember to come and stay. The Manu and Mama should be with the women and I should be with the Manli. So when this happened, then I talked to Erich about it. And Erich said that for the present you continue because we don't know what's going to happen here. It's also uncertain. So the practical thing is to just carry on as if Baba is still there and let things work themselves out. And so we just carried on, until eventually it was time for us to come here. So Baba's instructions eventually were fulfilled when we returned here.
That was what, 1989?
1990, I think, we came here. So, everything that Baba wanted has come to pass. Yes, so, where are we now? I think we finished the interment and we were there for a few days after that also. And then the Mandli left for Meherazad and we returned back to Pune. And I continued with my office duty. And then of course there was this, even during this last 7 days, people were asking Erich and the Mandli that what about the great darshan that Baba had said we should come for. And Erich would tell them that, well, Baba has given the invitation to you all. He has not withdrawn that invitation. So it is up to you to honor the invitation or not to do so. So the darshan will be on. But nobody knew what was going to be the darshan, how it was going to be. It was all left to Baba. And so as events later revealed how Baba's words were really brought to fruition, because the darshan time was fixed as 10th of April, and I, of course, received intimation from Erich that I should get Guru Prasad ready, and then as usual it was all made ready. But of course the darshan was to be held in the hall itself for the people who were invited in the groups. And there were originally 9 charter flights and more were in the offing. But when the news was out that Baba dropped his body, then some cancellations took place. But still, I think about 4 or 5 charter flights did come. And it was just as well, because it was with great difficulty that we could cope with that number of pilgrims coming from the west. And of course, the Easterners also, there were crowds. In the afternoon was the Easterners, in the morning the Westerners.
There had never been before, but had there ever been such an extended darshan? I mean, running for 2 months like that?
Never. So and it was and what a darshan it was. When the Mandli arrived at Guru Prasad, and I remember Pendu came and at the entrance of Baba's bedroom, he broke down again and began to weep like a little child. Pendu was feeling very much, So, and the Mandli were generally very downcast and feeling Baba's physical absence. But when the darshan started and Baba's love came into play, as it were, and there was a sort of flood of love for Baba. And the pilgrims who came received Baba's love, and the reflection of Baba's love from them, that just bucked us all up, And it was a tremendous transformation that took place. And then, of course, it was a different story after that. And it was a great darshan that took place. Everybody felt Baba's presence, especially in Baba's bedroom. We could see people just weeping their hearts out, as it were, as if they were in Baba's presence. The atmosphere was so surcharged that one time I couldn't stand in the room. I just went off from there. So charged it was.
Was it similar to the feeling during darshans where Baba was physically there?
No, much more. Yes. Tremendous, yes. As if Baba had let loose a torrent of his love. Never before like that.
One often hears that as Baba's shedding of the human form makes possible the revealing of his godhood more.
Yeah, that's right.
God nature.
That's right. So the divine aspect of his love was manifest at that time. And so of course we missed his beautiful physical form, but then this more than compensated for that. And it was a unique darshan. And Francis has given a beautiful description of it, of how people came and had his darshan.
Most of the world to bow down to him
in their hearts. He described it masterly, in a masterly way. So the darshan went on and on. Sometimes in the afternoon there would be nobody there. The Teeraj would sit before the mic and just call out Baba's name, his joy, and be there for some time. Sometimes the hall would be totally empty. But that was just, I think, on 2 or 3 occasions. Otherwise, some groups didn't come. But
I see. So some of these.
But otherwise, it would be all full. And Baba's atmosphere was very much there.
Day after day after day. Now, how often were you able to come? Because you did have a job.
Yeah, so whenever I had leave, I would come and be there.
For your mother and sister?
Yeah, they would go also. Everybody was free to go now.
So the Pune people would come and go?
Yeah, but not during the Westerners' time, because they respected Baba's wish that it should be undisturbed. So the Pune lovers never encroached on that. They had their timings, then they would come at that time. The others would come from the outstations. So whatever Baba had decided, that was how it was carried out. The Rani of Shanta Devi had come. She was there for part of the time. So for 2 months it was a feast of Baba's love there. And after that was over, then everything was wound up, and that was the last time the Mandli visited Meherabad, Guru Prasad. And we took permission from the Rani to take certain items from there, like this sofa seat on which Baba did his last seclusion in Baba's bedroom. So that chair, and then the chair in the dining hall where Baba used to sit. So that chair is the one you see there. That was in the dining hall at Guru Prasad. And that sofa seat is now in the museum, the yellow cover on it. Yeah, so, which we didn't have to touch at the time. Yeah, so that chair is there in the museum. And then these big Baba photos which were on the walls, that we brought. But that the Rani didn't like. She wanted to have those pictures, and we just brought them along. Yeah, she was a bit upset about that. So that was it. And then Manli returned to Meherazad, and then the darshan started here, and it's still going on.
Well, what did you? I mean, how did it seem to you after the last darshan? I mean, it must have been a really, I don't know, I would say just a total vacuum time.
Yeah. Well,
because you had no foreknowledge of what Baba would actually get going here.
At least I did feel greatly the absence of his physical presence, and it would cause quite a lot of depression many times. Yeah. But I would try to keep busy in the work and try to get over it. Yeah. And of course I continued to go to Meherazad every year for all those years later that I was working in Pune. Because soon after that, Meherji was after me to join his factory. So I left my job of 18 years and joined Meherji. And before joining, I told him that once a year I will always go to Meherazad. I want to keep up that sort of custom, as it were.
January, February.
Yeah, so I would come here each year and be at Meherazad during Baba's birthday. So that's going on. That went on till we came to Meherazad, finally.
Finally Baba's invitation to come to the ashram.
That's right. So I think that's it for the present. If I recollect anything further, then we'll have anything more to say. If I have anything more to say, I'll let you know.
Did you have letters that you...
Yeah, but I think they might want to have darshan and all that. So we'll keep it for some other occasion. I'll read out those letters. Right.
Well,
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai.
This is June 11th, 1995. We're resuming with the tapes. This is the 24th tape of Meherwan Jessawala. And when we closed at the end of last year, Meherwan, you had finished telling up through the days of the final darshan and episodes connected with that. But what today's session will be focused on letters that were sent between Baba or Eric or those around Baba and you and your family.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about those letters?
Yeah. When towards the end of our last session, I had mentioned that I have a few interesting letters that were exchanged between us, between the family and Baba over the years. And since then, I've gone through some of those letters, and I've selected some which I think could be of interest to people, because it sheds light on how Baba made us leave the world and the family and come to him. And when he did that, how he looked to every little detail about getting us out from there and getting us established in the ashram, so that there was no aspect of life which was neglected by Baba. For instance, the children, that is myself and Dadi, were there, who had to be educated, and there was the question of Erich and Meru's betrothal. They had been betrothed to their partners. Their marriage was a problem, and so on and so forth. So over the years, how Baba solved all these in a very practical way, and yet not allowing anything to interfere with his universal work, whatever he had to do. So I think I could delve into some of these letters, which might be of interest to people to hear.
Certainly.
Yeah.
When did this begin? Did this begin from the time that Erich agreed to come to be with Baba?
Yeah.
Was that the turning point there?
That's right. It begins in early 1938 when Erich was called to Panjgani, and then probably Papa was also there, because the first letter will be from Baba to us from Panjgani. When I'll read it, I'll clarify about it. But before I commence, I have a little snippet of from Baba's own writing, which I came across the other day. So we'll open the session in a very intriguing way, as it were, because Baba has given a very intriguing statement in his own handwriting. So the footnote to it is found in Baba's own writing on a leaf of Baba's biography in Gujarati by Bailey J. Irani. So this is what Baba writes, in quotes: I am he whom I love, and he whom I love is I. We are two spirits dwelling in one body. If thou seest me, thou seest him, and if thou seest him, thou seest us both. Meher Baba.
Wow.
Yeah, that seems to be a very profound statement.
It does.
Yeah. So.
Was that written in English?
Yeah, in his own writing. Could this be shown into the camera, Baba's writing?
Sure.
Could you?
Here, let me come up close. Wow. I am he whom I love. I'm going to really close it.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, then.
That's an extraordinary message.
Yeah. So.
One second, Meherwan, just keep on doing that.
Right. So, I will, you see, regards some of these letters, I must say that when my father died in 1959, my father had the habit of being very meticulous with everything. So he would have all these files of all the correspondence that was exchanged with Baba, or even in his business, and there were stacks and stacks of files of correspondence. So it's unfortunate that when he died, one of my aunts was cleaning up the house, and she took it into her mind that she should clear up the place. And she got into these files and systematically destroyed most of the correspondence. But fortunately, she could make out some of the letters which was personally signed by Baba. So these have been left to us, and
so just the whole letters, or just the page on which the signature occurs?
Yeah, sometimes just tearing off even the last page almost up to the signature. So that was quite tragic. But anyway, whatever is left, we could get some idea of how Baba was seeing to all the little details. So the first letter I'll open is a sort of a very last fragment. So there were several points in that, and the last 2 points, number 4 and 5, I'll read out. So here's Baba personally writing to Papa. Papa was how Baba called my father.
This wouldn't be Baba's handwriting, would it?
No. It's Mandli would write it and Baba would sign as if he wrote it. Yeah. So point number 4. You should serve till July 1939. Then take leave with full pay for 4 months. Then 2 years with half pay. In short, your family to join me on 1st August 1938, provided the bungalow is sold, and you on 1st August 1939. 5. Don't worry about Meru and Eraj marriages. I have done the engagements and I will be responsible for their marriages. Love and blessings to you and all your family. Show this letter to every one of your family. Signed, M.S. Irani. Yeah. So you see, Baba is looking to all these aspects about the future responsibilities of the family. So he is referring to Meheru was my sister, by the way, who died subsequently. So she is referred to here. And
this is referring to the whole period where
we have not yet shifted, and Baba is arranging for all little details. So to relieve the anxiety of my father. Yeah.
Who was leaving his job, right? This is continuing his job for such a length.
Yeah, so even when he should leave his job, how he should keep working and draw full pay. So all these little details, Baba, despite a very hectic period in his life of activity, as you must be aware that at the time Baba was having 3 ashrams, I think, Rauri, Nasik and Meherabad. So Baba was constantly moving to and fro, and he was extremely busy in external activities also. And in all that, the family had to be settled here. Yeah, so you can get an idea how Baba never neglected any little aspect. Now we come to a letter written in Gujarati, written by as from Baba to my mother. So it is a translation. It was written in Gujarati, and it's Panchgani, dated 30th May. The year is not mentioned, but I presume it is 1938. So this is the text. Dear Gaimai, I discussed all with Behram Shah and Eraj. Behram Shah was the name of my father. So that time he would be referred as Behram Shah. I discussed all with Behram Shah and Eraj, and everything is well settled. Behram Shah has promised to do whatever I have said, which has pleased me very much. Hence, you should give cooperation as much as possible in his work and be of help to him. Such is my wish. Be not afraid of anyone and do not worry about anything. Leave everything to me and be carefree. And in the beginning of August, all of you must come to me and live with me. All my love for self and the dear ones of the family. Signed, M.S. Irani.
So he was really taking the burden of the whole family on his head.
That's right. And asking the family to leave all worries to him. That's the gist of it all. Then here is another little fragment of a letter which I could get hold of. And it is the fourth page of a long letter which Baba made Airaj write to Papa. So the text is, there is Jahangirji being mentioned. Jahangirji was Airaj's father-in-law. He hadn't been married yet. So the reference is to Jahangirji. Most probably, Jahangirji will not object to this proposal, so you need not worry at all. You must now be cheerful and happy. Probably a reference to Airaj's marriage and all that. Baba knows your desire, that you sincerely wish that your children should stay with Baba, and Baba will also see about your staying with him. You need not worry underlined, about it at all. Remember well that Baba can see through and through. He knows very well what is going on in your heart. Just now Baba has received your letter and also the enclosed check of rupees 500 only. With love from Baba, yours loving son Airaj. Then again a PS. This is Baba's own. Everything is all right. Do not worry, underlined. Send wire on receipt of this letter. Signed, M.S. Irani.
Again, do not worry is the burden of these letters.
That's right.
I suppose it would have been a time where it would have been natural to worry, because the whole family was relocating, house being sold off, no provision for the future.
It was a big estate and there were lots of responsibilities, so many friends, and there was a big social circle and all had to be faced. So, it was, but Baba made it quite easy. The very fact that when he gave the call in May and asked us to join in August, disposing of everything in those few months. You can imagine if it wasn't his grace and help, it just couldn't have been possible to sell off such a big property at such short notice and to sever all connections and be with him. The deadline was 1st August and we had to be there.
Was your father facing a lot of ridicule from his
peers? The Parsi community hadn't taken kindly to Baba. So there used to be criticism about that. But it seems Papa didn't care much for that. He was quite a self-willed person and a self-made person. So such things wouldn't bother him much. But to clear up the whole thing was playing on his mind quite a bit. So now here's another fragment of a letter which is there, and it is the 5th page of another long letter from Airaj to Papa. It's the last paragraph of the letter. Everyone over here is okay. Masaji and the Mandli have sent their namaskars to you. With love to you, yours lovingly, Airaj. P.S. Today Baba is going to take me to his bungalow with the boys. There I think the bungalow which he refers to is the irrigation bungalow where Baba and the women mandali used to stay before the mayor retreat, or what is it called? Upper Meherabad. Yeah, that was still under construction. So the final touches were being given to it. So in the meanwhile, Baba and the women were staying in this bungalow there. So this is the bungalow that he refers to. There I will tell Mother all about it. She will be indeed extremely happy at the thought that Meherwan will meet her often by his staying at Nagar. Think of Baba always and keep your promise that you will not cry and worry at all. Now there is no reason why you should worry. Let Baba do whatever he wants to do. We know that he always does everything for one's good. Iraj. Yes, further Baba says that by this arrangement none of his or your plan will be upset. Shirin Masi and the family will have no hold over Meherwan, but only Baba will have hold over him. You see, this is some arrangement about my being kept at Shirin Ma. Shirin Ma was my mother's elder sister, and she used to stay at Akbar Press in Ahmednagar. So Baba intended that I should stay there for some time. So hence this letter.
When Iraj refers to the boys, is that how the men mandali were referred to?
Yeah.
The girls and the boys?
Not exactly, but here it seems he has mentioned it. So he must be quite pally with them. The mandali were also young, most of them, except there were older people also like Masaji, Gustaji and all. Yeah.
I noticed the tone of that letter to his father is rather strict. Here he is speaking to his father that way. How would your father have taken such a letter from his son?
Well, it's Baba who's making him write it. So
he would know that.
Papa would know that. Oh yeah, he was quite clever enough about that. Alright, then further he writes, because Baba will definitely make them understand that Meherwan will be kept there as a paying boarder. Baba wants your reply soon so that he can arrange accordingly. Iraj. Then a further PS. If in spite of this explanation you do not like the idea, inform me frankly so that I will arrange for Nasik as previously settled. Signed M.S. Irani. You see, it was arranged that I would be sent to Nasik with my cousin Dadi as a whole-time boarder in the Nasik boarding school. So that reference is about that for me. Then here's another big letter in Gujarati to my father, written by Adi. So it's a translation, so it's the best I could do.
Yeah. When is this? What is the
So the date of the letter is 16th August 1938. Yeah. So this is 2 weeks after we joined Baba. So this is the letter. Dear revered Behram Shah, this is Adi writing to him. I received your letter to me enclosed with your letter to Iraj. I gave that letter to Shri Baba to read. He read the same, and after carefully considering all matters, he has dictated the following. What you write about son Meherwan is absolutely true. This child is young and delicate. He frequently gets colds and has worms. Baba wished to keep him in Nasik boarding school and still wishes to do so. But unlike here, it feels like there will be none over there who will treat this child like one's own and take care and keep him close all the while. After all, a boarding school is a boarding school only. Dadi is old enough and quite healthy, and for him a boarding school is all right. In Meherwan's present condition, it is not good to keep him in a boarding school. Hence, it would be good if he stays in Nagar only. If he stays in Nagar, he will be under Baba's own nazar. Eraj will keep meeting him, Gaimai will keep meeting him, and all care will be taken of him like at home. Now, where to keep him in Nagar so that he gets his education? At our place, that is, in my father's house, there is no woman. Hence, it is decided to keep him at Sattha's near Shirinmai. With her other children, she will keep him like her own child. All expenses for his food, clothing, etc. will be paid by Shri Baba to Shirinmai, so that you need not go under any obligation of anyone. Because Meherwan will be at Shirinmai's place, it is not that Eraj and Gaimai will go to meet him at Shirinmai's, but it will be Meherwan who will be brought frequently to Gaimai and to Eraj. Now about his studies. Here the main language is Marathi. The English school here is very good, and every time the metric results are 80% pass. Hence there is no worry about English language. 1 year we will keep this child with Shirinmai and give him private tuition at home, then the teacher could give him good coaching in 4 subjects. The child is intelligent. Then from the 2nd year he could attend English classes in the school here. How do you feel about this? Isn't it good? This is how Baba would like it, and I too feel this to be a good arrangement. One's own child to be under one's own nazar makes quite a difference from keeping it in a boarding school. Hence, if you please make known your opinion in the matter, it will be nice. Rest all is fine. Please do not worry about anything. Shri Baba sends his love and blessings. Here all are well. Yours, Adi. Yeah. And countersigned MS Irani.
Oh.
Yeah. Each letter has been signed by Baba.
So that would mean that this letter was read out to Baba.
Yeah, under his own.
Now, as it turned out, you didn't live there at that time, did you? Didn't you move to Meherabad?
Yeah, I moved to Meherabad. Then I was at Meherabad, and when Baba left soon after for the Blue Bus journey, then Baba sent me to Akbar Press to study there for a year. All the books were brought for my studies. The tutor had been arranged. And as I have mentioned in my earlier recordings, that after just a couple of months probably, Baba had me called back from there and to Jabalpur, and then my life continued there. So all this arrangement was scrapped. Right. Yeah. But to what lengths Baba has to go to see to all the details. That was Baba's way of dealing with everyone, to look into the minutest details of everything, not to leave it to anybody else. Yeah, personally to see to it. Then here's another letter from Meherabad, from Baba himself. Meherabad, Ahmednagar, 20th August 1938. My dear Behram Shah, I have read your letter of the 18th instant and have decided as follows. As everything is now left to me, I will do the best for the boys. Dadi will now be sent to Bombay near his mother, and for his expenses I will be sending rupees 30 per month for 1 year, and then on, seeing the situation, I will decide whether to stop or continue. This would be cheaper than if Dadi were to be sent to Nasik, where the monthly expenses would have exceeded rupees 50. Now this little thing shows how Baba is so practical about expenses also. Yeah. As for Meherwan, he will stay at Akbar Press near Shirin Masi, but he will be taught only English by a private teacher for 1 year, and then he will be sent to Nasik. During his stay in Ahmednagar, I will be frequently seeing him and taking him to his mother. There is no question about obligation. as I will pay all the expenses for Meherwan's education, meals, etc. After 1 year, Meherwan will surely get all right and will have perfect health. Then he will be sent to Nasik as a boarder. Also, his Navjot ceremony will be completed during his stay in Ahmednagar. Now in the Parsi community, Navjot is a very compulsory ceremony, the thread ceremony as we call it. Yeah. Hope you will not worry unnecessarily as you say that you have left everything to me. Love. Signed M.S. Irani. Then another letter. Dear Viramsha, this is again Baba writing to him. I received all your letters. You ask me to forgive you, but I always forgive all because I love all. I find it difficult to explain things to you because you never make up your mind one way or the other. And the result is you yourself are hairan, means worried and upset. Your family suffers and I become displeased. That is why I don't write to you. You may rest assured of my love to you. I know all your feelings and reactions and would like you not to worry, but leave everything to me. Not is in capitals and underlined. I will write later on details about my coming to Nagpur. Love to you all. Signed M.S. Irani.
I would not have thought of your father that he would be an indecisive person.
Yeah, he would feel quite worried about the family because he was all alone at Nagpur. He had joined the family, and so after his working hours he would sit alone and brood over it. So he would get all these conflicting thoughts in his mind and he would scribble off letters to Baba every now and then. So Baba gives a little jolt this time, that you're not making up your mind. Sometimes you ask me to do this, sometimes that. We don't have all the correspondence, you know. So this just gives a brief idea of what's going on in his mind. There's another letter from Baba, dated 24th August 1938 from Ahmednagar. Dear Viramsha, received your letter and noted about Babu Kale. I have sent Dadi to his mother at Bombay. I intend to keep Meherwan with the Satta family in a day or two. I am glad you have left everything to me and rest assured you won't repent. Are you trying your best to keep your promise to me not to worry? All your dear ones are well here and send their love. Love, M.S. Irani. So,
you seem to have been the subject of a lot of these letters at this point.
Yeah, because I was small and a little weak, so Papa would feel worried about me, you know.
How old was Meru at this time?
Meru...
Was she older than you?
Yeah, she was born, I think, in 1923. That's about 7 years older than me.
I see.
Yeah. And I was about 9, about 8 years. So she was 15. Yeah. And Manu was much older. Yeah. Now, this is a letter written by Eraj to my mother. It is dated 25th January 1939, written from Agra. Baba is on the Blue Bus journeys, and it seems that he has sent us back to Nagpur at that time. So, the letter is from a place called Eidgah. Eidgah is where the Mohammedans have a sort of mosque, you know, and an open compound. So probably some dharamshala or something over there.
In Agra.
In Agra, yeah. So Erach writes, My dear Mama, Baba has read your loving but distressful letters and he tells me to inform you all that he knows every little thing that happens daily. Baba wanted you all to come here and see all the places like Agra, Mathura, etc. if possible with Papa. But as written by you in your last letter, Papa does not want to come and does not want to send you all, so let his wish be done. When Papa is really willing to resign from his job, he will bring you all of his own accord. As Papa is not happy to send you all, then Baba will not send me to bring you all from Nagpur. Dear Mama, you must not worry about these things. Baba, as you know very well, knows what's all happening in the world every moment. Today a wire is sent to Baba's mother as to whether she is willing to go to Nagpur or not. It seems that Baba's mother had expressed a wish to visit our place. So this is the reference. If she is willing, then Jalbhai will bring her to Nagpur. If she does not want to go to Nagpur, then it is her wish. Wait for her decision. Baba read your request that Papa should have faith and love. He will get them in due time. Show him this letter. Baba will come to Nagpur in April with all. With love and blessings to you, Papa, Mani, Meru and Meherwan. From Baba, your loving son Airaj. And countersigned M.S. Hirani right across the letter. Just see how he signs it. Yeah. Got it?
Yes. Where were you staying in Nagpur? Your house would have been sold off.
Yeah, so Papa had rented a nice little cottage, and we were staying there for a few months. That's right. Now there's a PS to that letter. If Shirin Mai, that is Baba's mother, does not come, and if Papa can get leave for 7 days, then you all can come with Papa to Agra and see it along with Mathura and go back, and if not possible, don't worry, Baba is with you and near you. So he keeps the family warm, by all these consoling letters when he sends us away,
These letters seem to have been coming very frequently in this period.
Yeah.
Every couple weeks.
Yeah. So, here's another letter from Jabalpur, 2nd January 1939. My dear Papa, I hope by now you must have reached Nagpur safely by Baba's dear's grace. Banu too must have met her mother by now. Banu was one of her friends in Nagpur. Banu Khajotia. According to Baba's instructions, I will start on the 10th of January 1939 with Mamma, Mani, Meru and Meherwan for Nagpur. Now Baba asks me to inform you that you must not purchase anything new. Whatever you have, that is quite sufficient for them. Mind that it is Baba's order, underlined. You must not buy anything new because only for 6 months you all have to stay in Nagpur. All the remaining things of theirs will remain in Meherabad quite safe. As it is, they had started for a tour of 6 months. They have sufficient clothing with them. You need not worry about their needs. From next month you start giving them rupees 200 only, and you will see that Mamma will be able to manage the whole household affairs. You simply pay the rent of the house and keep aloof. The rest Mamma will look after. Baba also gave certain orders to be carried out by Mamma, and I am sure that she will sincerely carry them out. I hope you will also do your best, as you are doing now, to carry out all the orders of Baba to the very letter. Dear Papa, do your best to make all of them happy for the little time that they are staying with you. Make your mood suitable for their happiness, which you are so much after giving them. I am sure that you will do your utmost to be in best of terms with them. Do not be planning all the time for their comforts by purchasing new things for them. Their happiness and their comforts lie in finding you happy and jolly. If you want them to be and to remain happy, then you make yourself cheerful and gay. This is the sum and substance of the whole thing, which has been unnecessarily allowed to increase and expand. The best way to remain always cheerful and gay as a bird is to do according to Baba's instructions. He who sees the past, present and the future will always guide us better than any man on the earth. Obey him and be cheerful. Here all are in the best of health. Baba most probably leaves Jabalpur on the 15th instant. Remind me to all the dears, ones at home, to Adi and Babu. Adi was another friend of our family at Nagpur. With love and blessings from beloved Baba, I remain your loving son Eraj. Countersigned M.S. Irani.